Hi guys, I decided to come on today and do the bath candies recipe, or bath bonbons is what I call them. They're very similar to, like the buttery truffles or buttermilks or bath melts, anything like that, except they're just in little round bonbon shapes, and they have a coating on the outside. So it could either be Epsom salt, or in this case I'm just using regular sea salt because the only Epsom salt that I have on hand right now is scented in lavender. So I'm going to just use this really fine sea salt. So I'll go through the process of showing you how I color my salts, and then we can go through doing the actual little bonbons. So I like to do them in like little sets, so different scents. Depending on the time of year, how much time I have, I could do 3 different scents, I could do 6, I could do 8, you could do a big bag full, like it really doesn't matter. You could do just 2 scents and make a big bag. So that's really up to you. This time of year, I'm going to make a bag of 5 or 6 different scents. So today I'm going to use this one, which is Peachy Keen, and I'm going to make them in the peach, and then afterwards I'm also going to mix my second colorant, and that's going to be in the monkey farts. So the peach is going to be a neon orange, I guess, and the monkey farts is going to be in a neon yellow. So these are the colorants that I use. So that's that. So first of all, we're just going to, you just pour whatever amount, like I don't even measure it, I just pour it in a little container like this. And then this is kind of up to you as well as for the amount of color. So if you want more pastel kind of colors, then you'll add just a little bit. But I want them to show, well enough in the neon color, so I'm going to add enough. And so you're just going to stir that, and that's basically all that I do. Some people will add like a liquid to that. That's another way of doing it. Kind of depends on what I'm doing too. If I'm doing actual bath salts, then I'll add, liquids. But if I'm just doing kind of like a sugar coating on them, then I don't bother. The actual bonbon itself will still be a little bit tacky once you roll it, to roll it in and have it stick to the bonbon itself, so that kind of helps with coating everything. And so you want to make sure that there's no little white chunks or anything like that, that all of it is well colored. I think that's a pretty good neon color. So I'm going to leave that to the side. Now I'm just going to, I do that without gloves because I hate working with the little bags with gloves on. I always feel like I'm missing fingers or something. So the recipe, and I will post that in the comments below for anybody who doesn't watch the complete video. I know I'm one too, and then I missed the recipe or the best part. So for those watching the entire thing, the recipe for bath candies or bath bonbons is 4.5 ounces of shea butter. I've always used shea butter. You could definitely try, mango butter or cocoa butter. It doesn't really matter. That's completely up to you. I've just never tried it, so I don't know if it would probably obviously make a harder little bonbon. So I normally stick with the shea butter. There's 7.5 ounces of sodium bicarb. Now I normally put about 7 ounces, even sometimes 6 or 6.5, and then I mix it and I add a little bit more if it's too runny. There's times where I've put the entire amount and it just goes solid on me, and then I'm stuck with having to add a little bit more shea butter. So if that does happen, you didn't ruin your batch or anything, just melt a little bit more shea butter and mix that in. So that's just a quick tip. And then there's 1.5 ounces of citric acid in there. And then you just add your fragrance to the mix. And then your Epsom salt or your sea salt, like I'm using in this case, you tint that, and that's your recipe. So now I'm going to show you how I actually make it. So I've already melted the butter to cut some time on the video, and I've already mixed my sodium bicarb and my citric acid all in one container. So I'm just going to put that in there, and I know that all at the bottom is just the sodium bicarb, so I'm not going to put the, oh, I just did. I'm just going to take a little bit out. I couldn't see my hand. There we go. So I'm just going to save a little bit just for afterwards in case it's too, it's still too runny. Or so you're just going to mix it. Now it is going to get messy. You are better off getting gloves because then you have to form them into little balls. Oh, and I should add my fragrance before I forget. I'm very horrible for that. Fragrance wise, it's a little bit up to you. If you like things that are heavily fragrance, then you know, but I normally do about 3 milliliters to 5 milliliters. Let's do 5 milliliters today. There we go. Okay, so and obviously there are times where you'll need more. So this is a recipe, it's not my recipe. This is a recipe that I got off of the Voyagers website. I don't know if a lot of people knew this, but they do actually have a little recipe section. I'm just going to add a little bit more of the baking soda. So yeah, they have a little recipe section, and almost all of the recipes that I've tried there are fantastic. They're easy to read because they put them in percentage as well as like grams and stuff. So it's really nice to be able to adapt to whatever size that you want. This recipe specifically was in teaspoons. So I kind of just weighed out those teaspoons and then switched it into ounces just because I prefer working in ounces. So you can see it's still really, really runny, so you're going to want to add a little bit more. And this could just be weather-wise that the baking or that the shea butter isn't hardening as quickly, or you know, there could be a few, but it's not a big deal. You just keep adding your baking soda until it's thickened enough where you can manipulate it. So it would be kind of like a Play-Doh or like a thicker Play-Doh. So just keep stirring. And you do want to make sure that your baking soda doesn't have lumps in it. I get it locally, and I find that it never has lumps in it. Whereas when I get it online, it always has lumps. So I absolutely hate getting it online. So it's getting there. Wow, I really had to add a lot more. Most recipes I find that I make this way kind of thing, there's some tweaking that has to be done once in a while. Even the bath bombs, I find sometimes you get some where, you know, you didn't even have to add any liquids, witch hazel or rubbing alcohol or anything, and then there's days where you have to add tons. So we're almost there, just a little bit more. Not too much more though, it's getting there. This could kind of be a little boring for some. Okay. So like I said, you're wanting it to be, you don't want it to be too sticky because you're rolling this with your hands. So it's a fine line between, you know, being there and then being too hard and you can't even roll it or anything. So that's why by the end you're just wanting to add, you know, a spoonful at a time and then working it that way. So you can tint the batter, I guess, if you want to, but because I'm coating it in the salts, which is what I tinted earlier, you're not even going to see the actual melt itself, so I don't bother. But you definitely could. You could, you know, you could tint it a completely different color. So I could have done yellow on the inside and the outside be orange or whatever. You know, you could play around with that. We're almost there. I'm just going to put another little sprinkle, and then we can get rolling. Okay, let's see if it's going to let me. Now, like I said, it's still going to be sticky, so you definitely want gloves. And size-wise is, it's up to you. If you want to make big ones, then you can make big ones. If you want to make little ones, then you can make little ones. It's up to you. So I like doing them, you know, little bonbon sizes. The bonbons are actually even a little bit smaller than this, but anyway, so you just roll it, and like I said, gloves are really a good thing to have. So you roll it like that, and then you're going to bring your salt and you're just going to plop it in there, and you are going to roll it in the salts. Now a bigger container might be a good idea. I usually use another container, but it's dirty right now. And then you can still form it back into a little ball. And that's all there is to it. So you're going to want to let these dry definitely overnight. They're going to go hard. So that's what you're basically going to wait for. And you just roll them like this. Oh, Joelle, you're so funny. I really enjoy doing the videos. I like seeing people interested in something that I'm interested in. I enjoy teaching people new techniques or new recipes, because when I first started, there, you know, I don't remember exactly how long I've been on this page, but before that, like, I knew some stuff obviously, but not like I do now. I've learned a lot on this page, and so I just like to share my knowledge. And I mean, this recipe isn't even my recipe, so why not share it, right? Unless it's completely yours and you really want to make a profit out of it, which is also fine. Why not share your little recipes, right? So you just continue going like this until you've finished your batch. And so, like I said, I like to do different colors and stuff to put them all together. So this fall and winter, I did like a winter and fall scent package. So there was things like oatmeal, honey and oats. There was, I think I had an apple pie. I had a Christmas wreath. I had, you know, just a bunch of different really nice, warm type smelling scents. So this is basically what I'm doing with these two. I'm using fruity scents. So I have this one, like I said earlier, was the peachy keen scent from Candora. And then the next one that I'm going to use is Monkey Farts. I'm going to have a watermelon one. So the watermelon I'll either do green or pink. And then what else did I have? A strawberry one that I can do red or pink. So it's just really fun to kind of get the colors together. And these are good for kids, you know, especially when they're, you know, out in the sun and stuff. And the skin still gets dry in the summertime too. So it's always nice for them to have a little bit of moisturizer in there. It's good for mothers who just want to take a really quick bath. I remember when I was pregnant with my son, I was very fortunate to have very good genes and not get any stretch marks. Please, nobody harass me on that one. I've had 2 kids and I don't have a single stretch mark, but I also took really well care of my body. So using things like this with a lot of butters in them, and the little bath truffles and stuff like that. So, you know, you can market it that way too, that it'll help moms and their skin, not making any claims, but just, you can easily say, you know, moisturizing your skin can help, you know, relieve itchiness and stuff like that from stretching and whatever else. You don't obviously say that it's going to prevent anything, but, you know, I would tell them, in my personal experience, like, it really helped with having itchy skin and all that kind of stuff. Plus, it's really relaxing, and the girls just love it. I couldn't keep them on the shelf at all. I made a huge batch of them, and they were pretty much sold like before my shows even. So they're really cool to make, and quick and easy and fun. So you're just going to keep doing that, like I said, and package them any way you want. I can show you a packaging video later on once I've done them all, maybe in a couple days when I'm complete with everything. Do they harden or do they stay dough-like? They do harden because it's shea butter, so that's why you leave them sit for about 24 hours, and they'll get hard like regular shea, or harder actually than regular shea butter. So they're really cool to make. But yeah, so like I said, I can make a video of how I package them and stuff just to kind of give you guys some ideas. But that's about it. So hopefully you guys can enjoy this recipe, and I will post it in the comments for anybody who missed the beginning of the video or skipped through that part. All right? Thanks, guys. Bye.